Hi and welcome to Wrocław with Monika. Would you like to drink a nice coffee in a nice place? If the answer is yes, then this is the perfect episode for you. Let me tell you about the cafes in Wrocław that are worth visiting. In addition, I'll tell you the coffee prices. Stay till the end as I will mention two places worth visiting, although if I were you, I would skip the coffee there. Okay, so what I did is I made a list of cafes I usually go to, plus I asked around about places with good coffee. I also checked some reviews on Google, then I went to all of those places to see and check if the coffee is good and if I can recommend it to you. Let's review the coffee prices first. For black coffee in Wrocław, you will pay between 10 to 15 Polish zlotych. For white coffee with different kinds of milk, about 13 to 18 Polish zlotych. A latte would cost 12 to 19, a cappuccino between 10 to 18, and an espresso between 7 to 12 Polish zloty. It might be relatively cheap for someone from the US, the UK or Western Europe, but in Poland, for Poles, coffee is generally relatively expensive. Let me explain using a cappuccino as an example. Assuming that the average net salary with average working time, 160 hours per month, is in Poland 6,000 Polish zlotych, in UK 2,500 pounds, and in US $4,500. Average cappuccino prices are 14,350, 450. In Poland, assuming 37.5 Polish zloty per hour and a cappuccino for 14 Polish zloty, we buy almost 3 coffees. Similarly, in the UK, you can buy almost 3.5 coffees, and in the US, 6 coffees. This shows that considering the average net salary in Poland, coffee is expensive for Poles. If you consider this episode useful, please support my channel by buying me another coffee via the buycoffee.to portal. You can find the link in the description box below. That's it for the comparison and pricing. Now let me show you 11 cafes in Wrocław that are worth visiting. Number 1. Otto Coffee Bar. A small cafe at St. Antony Street. It expands with outdoor seating during the summer months. Here you can buy high-quality coffee and cakes, as well as packaged coffee from various parts of the world and a selection of coffee accessories. The cafe is located in the Four Denomination District, where you can find within a walking distance an Orthodox church, a Roman Catholic church, a synagogue and an evangelical church. At Otto Coffee, I ordered a cappuccino for 14 Polish zlotych. It was delicious. A big plus for the half a liter of water included with the coffee, the beautiful cup and the table service, not something you can see that often these days in such places. If you are in the area, don't miss this spot. Number 2. Mała Czarna. The name translates as Little Black. It's located at Paderewskiego Street, near Szczytnicki Park and the main gate to the historic Olympic Stadium in Wrocław. Usually cafes are open around 9 a.m. Well, at this one you can get coffee on weekdays starting from 7:30. I have to admit that the coffee prices are a little higher, especially since it's not the city center, but they import the best beans from all over the world and roast them themselves, sometimes creating short, unique batches, so it's worth checking this place anyway. I ordered a small cappuccino for 14 Polish zlotych and it was good, but really small. So I guess it's better to pay 3 Polish zlotych more and get the bigger one. You can also get sandwiches, cakes and ice cream here. There are only 3 tables inside, but plenty of benches outside. Overall, this is a lovely area with beautiful pre-war villas nearby, so if you're there, go for a walk and explore. Number 3. Cafe Berg. Another small cafe located by the city moat. During the summertime, they have a barge on the water. Even though the cafe is near a busy street, you can hardly hear the noise. In addition to coffee, you can buy a sandwich, a croissant or a slice of cake here. I ordered a regular cappuccino for 18 Polish zlotych and a fruit tart for 20. The prices are high, but I still like to pop in there because of the place. The small building was designed in 1911 by Max Berg, the same guy who designed Centennial Hall. In the past, you could buy milk here and the cup would fit into the hole you can still find on the original balustrade. Just next to Cafe Berg, there's a bus stop for bus 106, which can take you to the airport. Number 4. European Cafe. Located in the European Hotel near the main railway station, it's the oldest currently operating cafe in Wrocław. You'll find a good coffee, average cake, Viennese interiors and historic paintings. Would you like to go back in time? This is the perfect spot for you. The only thing that bothered me was the music. It was too loud and didn't match the interior, but I hope it was just temporary. Number 5. St. Jadwiga's Cafe. A hidden gem on Cathedral Island, Ostrów Tomski, located in the Notre Dame House, which is run by nuns. To get there, go through the gate, straight ahead to the main door, then left and right, you'll find it. Just remember they are open quite late. Inside you will find interiors filled with antiques, a beautiful garden, good coffee and even better homemade cakes. Seriously, the nuns know how to bake. The cheesecake I had was absolutely delicious. While you are there, I recommend visiting in the basement the remains of the Prince's Castle, where you'll discover the history of the Piast dynasty, which was the Poland's first royal dynasty. Remember Mieszko I from the 10 Polish banknote in the episode about Polish currency? He was the member of the Piast dynasty. By the way, if you're looking for a peaceful accommodation, this might be just the place. You can also rent a room here. Number 6. Cafe Rozrusznik. I know the name is difficult to pronounce, it's all about getting you going. The cafe is located on Cybulskiego Street, which is definitely not one of the most crowded places in Wrocław. Nearby you can find acoustic mirrors, an interesting installation I talk more about in my episode Hidden Gem in Wrocław, link below. Again, this is one of the few cafes that opens on weekdays already at 7:30. You'll find a retro style and very good coffee here. I tried deep coffee for 20 Polish złotych and a homemade cookie for 12. Both were really good. I was pleasantly surprised to find Babycino for 8 Polish złotych, which is frothed milk for kids. I think that's cute. I was told the best time to visit this place is in the morning, when you can still find fresh warm baked pastries. Number 7. Vinyl Cafe. Located almost at the end of Kotlarska Street, one of those charming side streets near the Market Square that I recommend exploring. Here I decided to go wild and ordered a novelty, pistachino, a combination of latte and cappuccino with pistachio sprinkles. Price 30 Polish złotych. As for coffee, that's quite a lot, but if someone likes sweet things, it's coffee and dessert in one. You can also stick to regular coffee in a beautiful mug made of Bolesławiec ceramics. The decor with old photos is very atmospheric, and as the name suggests, you can listen to music from violin records here. For fans of gramophones, a must. Nearby, you'll find Jatki Street with the monument honoring slaughtered animals. Interesting, right? Number 8. Herd Cafe. On the Market Square, you'll find Herd, a bakery that also has a few tables inside. It's probably the cheapest place to get good coffee in the center of Wrocław. Fancy something sweet? Maybe a donut for 2,85 or a chocolate croissant for 3,39. If you're traveling on a budget, don't miss this spot. And don't forget to look up. Number 9. Łyk Cafe. Łyk Cafe, which translates to Sip Cafe, is located in one of 2 beautifully renovated watchtowers on the South Pomorski Bridge, originally built in 1905. Actually, the whole bridge was recently beautifully restored. The cafe here is really good, and they also serve some nice cakes. I love the paper cup with a drawing of the watchtower, such a lovely detail. Don't forget to check out the dragon-shaped guttered ends on the watchtower. They were created by Rexton Metalwork, a local Wrocław company known for making a replica of dragon egg from Game of Thrones. They also made Jaime Lannister's golden hand for HBO. Okay, sorry for the detour, let's go back to the coffee. Number 10. FC Cafe. This is a great place to take a break after visiting the University of Wrocław and the Mathematical Tower. It's just around the corner. Good coffee, fair prices and a big plus for a wide variety of food and interesting interiors. Thanks to the location and the students' discount, you'll likely see lots of students here. And the last one, number 11, Kioso. Kioso is the smallest cafe in Wrocław, a cute little spot with excellent coffee, hidden at the beginning of Kotlarska Street. It's close to Nowy Targ Square, which is one of the Wrocław 3 historic market squares, along with the Market Square and the Salt Square. Here you can see what the square looked like in the past, including the famous Neptune fountain, which stood here for 213 years. Until it was destroyed in the World War II. For such a tiny cafe, they offer a surprisingly large selection of coffee options. You can also buy packaged coffee beans and even a Kalita drip. Interesting. Now let me tell you about 2 places where I was disappointed with the coffee, but the location themselves are still worth visiting. Number 1, cafe at NFM, National Forum of Music. The coffee here, honestly, not great. It was small and just didn't taste good. I even gave it a second chance, but nope. The cheesecake I tried was disappointing, and the second time I went, I ordered the green forest cake. Not fresh. So next time I'll just stick with tea, or maybe I'll try the ice cream. But NFM is worth visiting, especially for a concert. You can find here one of the best concert halls in Europe. The NFM is open during the day, so feel free to explore the public areas, though the concert halls themselves are closed to visitors. The ticket office is just to the right of the entrance, if you are interested. Number 2, Odra Centrum. Odra Centrum is more than just a cafe. It's a floating educational and cultural center on the Oder River, with beautiful views of the water and the Grunwaldzki Bridge. It was created by the OnWater.pl Foundation to promote awareness about the river. The interior is super creative and full of ship-themed decor, very cool, but the coffee? I had a cappuccino for 19 Polish złotych, and unfortunately it just wasn't good. I didn't even finish it. The apple pie looked great, but it was overly sweet and cost 30 Polish złotych. Still, the place is absolutely worth visiting. You can rent a kayak, a boat or a soup there. Just maybe skip the coffee. That's all for today. Below you'll find a list of all of the cafes I mentioned with location links. Enjoy your coffee adventure and let me know what you think about these places.
Hi, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and see you on the next one. Cheers!